Hello again. You know what I really love playing? Core Engineer. Do you know what's really hard to play? Fucking Core Engineer, especially in this meta. But there's a couple builds that really, really fill me with joy. And if I've spent a day roaming around on Virtuoso, Amalgam, Daredevil, and I'm bored of deleting people, and I'm feeling a little bit gangster, that's gangster with a K, I'm really not very gangster. Unless you count being in the armed forces, being a member of a government-funded gang. I guess there's, well, that's a different discussion in by itself. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, Core Engineer. It's rough out there for core builds. There's a couple. I think there's a couple classes that still have decent core options. I think Guardian and Warrior are always gonna come out on tops. If you've got any core classes that work for you, what are they? Go, let me know. But for me, Core Engineer is something that I always go back to if I want a bit of a challenge and I want to have some fun. Because, well, I mean, Engineer was my first class, and it kind of reminds me of that time spent building your character up to level 80, going through the storyline. And, you know, like, everything's new and fresh at the time, and going back to that is kind of cool. I got 2 builds. So I'm actually going to do a repeat of this bit of the video. So you'll hear all this shite again when I do the next one, unfortunately. You're welcome. So my 2 old favourite core builds were Static Discharge Rifle and one I used to call Mega Bomberman. And when I used to play them, things were different. The meta was different. And I've kind of brought them up to date for the current meta, so strap in. So this one is going to be concerning the Mega Bomberman, and it's a Celestial Explosives based build. I think the clue is in the name, Mega Bomberman, and I love it. It's a very bunker build. Yeah, there's definitely 2 ways of playing this build, and I do switch between the 2. I'll talk through this version and then I'll show you the variants as we go through it. So let's bring up the hero panel, check out our equipment. This is full Celestial with malign infusions. This one's using Superior Rune of the Traveller. My alternative build uses Superior Rune of the Trapper for more condition damage and more condition duration. And I like to use Mace and Shield. And I use Mace and Shield because of the CC that it provides in the 3, 4 and 5 skills, because the CC becomes important and the blast finishers become important. And I use Sigil of Battle for a bit of might building, and I use Sigil of Celerity. I do occasionally swap that for Sigil of Corruption. On this version, I could probably get away with Corruption because this version has some quickness. And then this is all the trinkets, Celestial with malign infusions. I'm using Relic of the Bloodstone because this has got a lot of blast finishers and it is a hybrid damage build, so we make good use of the Bloodstone explosions, power and bleeding stacks. So let's take a look at the traits. So this one is Explosives, Inventions and Alchemy. Alchemy is the outlier. I can and occasionally swap this to Tools. That's when I'll swap from Rune of the Traveller to Rune of the Trapper because I need the swiftness to keep my speed up. However, right, let's go through them. So we're using Bomb Kit, Throw Mine, Healing Turret, Elixir Gun and Supply Crate. The boon removal on this has been nerfed into the ground in World v World. It was way better when it removed more than 1 boon. A single boon removed is still all right as far as I'm concerned, because the stun is going to remove a stack of stability, and on top of all the other CC we've got, we're actually going to be getting rid of a lot of stability. So now I'm using Short Fuse for permanent fury uptime. Now this build does not use grenades, so we don't need that. Blast Cannon is a condition-based 5% damage increase, and it's hard to stay above 75% when you're roaming, frankly. So Permanent Fury is the preferred option. Vulnerability is great because we do so many explosions with this that we can keep up a high vulnerability stack on the opponent, and it's hard for them to keep it off because we've got constant reapplication. Our dodge does damage and barrier because we get more vitality and barrier every time we dodge when we proc explosive entrance, which is getting nerfed soon. The power damage is going to go down, but frankly I don't mind that for a celestial build because the power damage is a nice addition to the barrier, vulnerability, bleeding and cripple that we get from using shrapnel. Also all of those constant stacks of vulnerability that we're stacking is going to give us some additional strike damage per stack, which isn't massive, but 0.5% per stack. If you end up in a group environment and somebody ends up with 25 stacks of vulnerability on them, that can add up. So I'm taking inventions. I am using shield, but I'm not using overshield, which is counterintuitive to me because, frankly, automated medical response isn't so good for roaming because it's 5 targets isn't going to get used too often. But smoke bomb, and I can understand why people don't like this because you can't control when it happens. But it lasts for 6 seconds with a 20-second cooldown, so it's got a good uptime of pulsing blinds. And it's also a combo field for smoke, which gives you an opportunity to blast into it for Relic of the Bloodstone. We do also have an active smoke bomb on our tool belt, which has a 4-second duration. So we've got a fairly good blind uptime just from those 2 skills. One controlled, one not. It's important to pay attention to when you're getting CC'd in combat because this is an instant cast thing. Sometimes my instinctive reaction when I get stunned is to drop this to prevent the burst that's coming after the stun. But I need to get into the routine of remembering that's automatic. Look for the signs on the ground when that procs. So I think that's quite good, to be fair. I know it gets a lot of hate, but I think it's quite good. Cleansing Pulse improves the potency of our Condi Clear on our healing turret. I like healing turret because it's a blast, it does vulnerability, and it stacks bloodstone again. Lesser Elixir C, again more potency to our healing turret. Every time we dodge, we get resistance. Resistance is underrated as far as I'm concerned, especially in World v World. Staying still gets you killed, so I like that. Now when we've got regeneration, we get extra power, which is nice, and extra healing power, which is also nice because we're using Celestial. And then Bunker Down. Now this has got a lot of CC in it, so Bunker Down drops a lot of mines and a lot of med kits. So this is good for sustain. It's a bit more active in terms of play. Like you have to watch where they land and pick them up when you need them. Using block can really help you pick them up at an opportune moment when you really need them. And if healing turret or regenerating mist with a blast is on cooldown, that can be really helpful to help you pick up some loot, as it were. Supply crate I think a lot of people use supply crate offensively. It's got another good blind field because of the flame turret. Does some decent condition damage, big stun, pretty offensive, right? And it can lock people down with a net turret. But it's easy to forget that you can drop that and blast it immediately as a second healing turret. Because the water field is the first one that takes priority. So if you blast it straight away, you'll get an AoE healing blast. If you leave it a little while before you blast it, you'll get the stealth, which is handy to know, right? But when we get knocked down below 25% health, we get some nice boons, which is handy. Now, I'm normally a big fan of invigorating speed, but on this build, I like protection injection, which means when we get CC'd, we get protection and a smoke field, so we can mitigate some post-CC burst, which is quite nice. And this version doesn't have a lot of swiftness or super speed, just because we're not running tools, so we don't have constant swiftness. We do have a little bit from Elixir B, but I don't think it's enough to capitalise on that as a whole trait. Blasting zone, really handy because it turns our tool belt water field into an automatic healing blast, and we can double blast that with my next shield. And again, that just really helps get the most out of Relic of the Bloodstone when that's on cooldown, or when it's off cooldown. Compounding chemicals is just another nice bit of sustain. In terms of boons, we get quickness and stability relatively often because of the amount of CC we have, and if I swap into bomb kit, we've got a decent fire field here that we can blast 3 times with galvanic bomb and big old bomb if we set them down correctly. So what my normal rotation would be magnetic bomb to get the pull, and then once people are pulled in, hit big old bomb, the delay blasts into fire bomb, and then after that drop galvanic bomb because it's got a shorter timer, and that's straight away 9 stacks of might. For Condi removal, so we've got a buffed up healing turret which is going to do some, we've got a med pack drop which is going to do a lot. Don't forget the supply crate also does a healing blast as well, so that's going to remove some conditions, but on top of that we can also drop our light field and blast that with a few blasts. Throw mine, I think it's underrated. It's really good CC. It's unblockable stun that removes a boon. Obviously with tools this is turbocharged, and that's the other version of this that I'll be using, but that's this version. That is this version. So for the other version of this, what I do is I keep celerity because that will become my only source of quickness. I'll change my superior runes to superior runes of the trapper to boost my condition damage because I don't need the additional movement speed, and then I'll swap out alchemy for tools. I will take lesser utility goggles to boost the condi removal on my healing turret, give me more resistance. I'll get mobility from streamline kits, which will drop a magnetic bomb on bomb kit, which is really useful because that's another source of CC. And then I'll take Gadgeteer. Now what Gadgeteer does is it gives me a double stun break with slick shoes, another CC, and 5 stacks of stability that I'd be sorely missing because I'm not using opposite and equal reaction. Now that's really good for denying CC chains and dropping a AoE CC of my own. In which case I don't bother with elixir gun because I've taken that as my double stun break, and then throw mine becomes twice as potent. I'm a big fan of minefield and bunker down. I just think it's a really cool thematic way to play engineer. Is it meta? Absolutely not. Is it fun? Absolutely so. So yeah, I'm gonna cut around. If you've got any questions about the build, fire away, whatever, I'm always happy to talk about it. But I'm going to piss around in the mist now and see if I can't gank some fools.
Refreshing. Eat my dust. Refreshing. Strong. Dust. Too strong.
Hold on to your points. Seize theirs. You've captured Dragon.
Good. I've beaten you, but you don't know. Over here.
You've captured the field.
Refreshing.
Sharper still.
Urge to kill rising.
You've lost Lion.
Strong.
Still standing. Barely. Extreme temperature time.
That feels good.
Use a hand over here.
Refreshing. Armored up.
The Colosseum's artifacts are accruing power.
Barely.
Can't see anything. Armored up.
The artifacts have reached maximum power.
I summon the power of Earth.
Red team has obtained an artifact.
Rising. Armored up.
Rebound.
There's one to remember me by.
You've captured Lion. You've lost the field. You've captured Dragon. Looking at the artifact.
To kill rising.
You've captured the field.
Strong.
The Colosseum's artifacts are accruing power.
To kill rising. That feels good.
You've lost Lion.
Back on my feet.
The artifacts have reached maximum power.
I don't have enough energy.
You've lost the field. Red team has obtained an artifact. You've captured Dragon.
Very nice.
You've captured Lion. You've captured Dragon.
Another.
The Colosseum's artifacts are accruing power.
Wash the pain away.
Strong.
Rebound.
Not enough energy.
The artifacts have reached maximum power.
That feels good. I'm bleeding. Refreshing.
You've lost Lion. You've captured the field. Looking at the artifact. Your team is victorious.